me why there's always ass being thrown over here. Okay, I gotta go.
We have Kalala here. Just give me a second.
Hello, everyone. I won't see
Oh,
your
they can't hear you.
chats. Oh.
They can't hear you just yet.
I need to flip your stuff on my screen so it makes sense.
There we go. There we go. Scorp, thank you so much for that raid, man. I seriously appreciate you, bro. Hope your stream went well. Okay. And your audio. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love? Okay, they should hear you now.
Hi, everyone.
Chaos, what is up? Welcome in. And we have Kalala. They're up there. And we are going to be going over the Powerless visual novel, book 1.
Yes, I'm so excited. I won't be able to see y'all's chats. I'm gonna actually pull you up on my phone and try to use that as the chat thing. But
okay, and then I can also read off like questions to you as well.
It's nice to meet everyone. Like in voice. I know I'm in chat sometimes.
Right.
Also, why is it every time I go over there, there's just a booty being thrown?
I don't know. My chat likes booty cheeks. Mainly mine.
Is it the chat or is it you?
It's them. I'm a saint.
Mm-hmm. I saw you play that game yesterday.
What you get? Oh no, that was different. That was different. They made me play that, and I can't help that I'm charismatic.
That's so true, though. You are.
Thank you. But everyone's saying hi and saying that I traumatize them, and that's crazy. I don't. So this is
them with the booty.
This is Kalala. She is an amazing streamer, new friend. Actually, no, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah, not super new now. It's been a year. Yeah, almost.
It's been a year. I think it's been exactly a year.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Because yeah, it's been exactly a year because
a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
We met in May, I think, when I made my first game.
Yep. And that's when it started.
The dream team. Hopefully.
Oh, absolutely. There is no hopefully. All right.
So the plan, everyone, is I have a little presentation, and then it's not very long, but after that, you guys can ask whatever questions you have about the visual novel or like game design or game development. So think about stuff if you ever wanted to be a game developer, or if you're curious about how we're making this and I didn't go through it in the slides. I'm super nervous. Okay. I don't know why. I stream all the time. But I'm nervous about your stream.
Listen, I get nervous every time I push start stream. No idea why.
So wholesome.
I know my friends and stuff are amazing, but I still get like nervous because I don't like imposing on people's time.
Your chat is awesome. Like every time I'm in there, they're so friendly.
Don't tell them that too loud. They don't need to hear that too much. Okay. All right. I am right behind you, conductor.
I hope it's okay I used your name, by the way, not to doxa.
Absolutely fine. They know my name.
It's on your book, know my name. So I thought it was fine.
It is.
So, I am Kalala, which, as you see me, I'm a VTuber. But more importantly, I'm in a game studio called Honey Trap Studios, and we are making book one of Powerless, which, if you guys did not know, is called Potential into a visual novel. So, who am I? And more importantly, what is Honey Trap? I think I'm blocking it on my end, but that's okay.
They can see it on mine.
Okay, that's good. This is me, in a nutshell. Just to give a little quick introduction. But seriously, though, I have a bachelor's in game art and design. I'm an illustrator of 10 years. I'm very dedicated. I never quit. And I love to make other people's passions come to life, which is how I met Powerless, because someone was streaming my game, and then I came in and he was discussing his book, and I was so into it. I was feeding off the energy. So I met him back in 2024, and Honey Trap was founded in 2023, and we've released a short story point and click and a board game. I just love making games, and I've studied a lot of game theory, so I can do this just to get trust from y'all. What is it? It's a visual novel of book one, written by our glorious Powerless by BR, which I think is a funny name that it is the book name. But
Right? I think I'm stuck.
Yeah, you're always this now for good.
Forever and ever. It's fine.
It's going to be decision based, and it's going to have mini games. It's made with RenPy using Python coding, if anyone knows the tools and wanted to know that. It's going to have art of all of our lovely characters from the book. And I know what y'all are asking. Did I say choices? Yes, I did. But wait for that.
There's more.
Yeah, I have a little art showcase. But it's just a little teaser. It's not all the art, because I want to make sure you come back and see more later. And also, Powerless shares the art on his coffee. So, I don't know if you want to plug that into your chat.
I will be, yeah. I actually got a couple of donations from this 24-hour stream to the coffee.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
The coffee stuff helps this. Well, not all of it, but some of it. I don't know what all of it goes. It's not my business, but this is beautiful art. And then now I'm gonna give it to Powerless to talk about the artist, because he is not here, but it's not us.
Okay. So, Danny Pellet is the artist for my characters for the visual novel. He is also the artist for the new covers for book 4 and 5, because the last one was done by a clown. We're not going to talk about that too much. But he has been taking all the characters that I want, the people they remind me of, and just creating this lovely, amazing art. And I couldn't have found him at a better time. I actually met him 3 months before I met you, Kalala.
It was destined.
I ran into the both of you within 5 months, and boom, here we are.
It was destiny. We're meant to make this.
Meant to do it. So he's been working since the beginning of the year as well. Every 2 weeks, he pumps out a new character. I give him the poses that I want, the style, the outfits, clothing, everything like that. I don't know if it's just me, but I can barely hear you, Powerless.
Uh-oh.
You should be able to hear me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah, you sound good to me, but that's
Yeah.
That's a different setting.
Oh, wait a minute. Kalala, I have you at 150. That's why.
Oh, am I too loud?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, we should be good.
I be screaming all the time.
No, you're absolutely fine.
I get real high intense. I'm just kidding.
That's the kind of energy we like.
I'm really meek, actually. I'm really chill.
But yeah, that's it. We have him putting out the characters, and he's actually finishing up two more right now. He just started doing two at a time this past couple of weeks. So by the end of the year, all the characters for book one should be done and completed. And then before, I'm just gonna have him start on book two characters just to get it out the way.
Yeah, I think that's for the better.
So yeah, that's it. His name is Danny Pellet, Unknown Potential. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. I will post his links and Kalala's links all over my Discord and TikTok and YouTube and everything from now on. So you have no choice but to see their beautiful, amazing work.
Yes, go follow him because that artwork is so cool. It's actually better than I anticipated, low key.
Same. Same. Because I'm horrible at thinking about like hairstyles and outfits, and he said, "Don't worry about it. Show me a couple of pictures of the person it's based off of." He did, and he put together a hairstyle that they would wear, and I never thought about it. It looks amazing.
Not to give a spoiler, but one of my favorite characters he designed is a character that only shows up like a minute and a half if you read fast.
I want to say
she's here and gone so fast.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. She shows up more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes.
I like the way she's designed a lot.
For the longest amount of time, I didn't know how I wanted that. I knew how it looked in my head, but I didn't know how to describe it to somebody.
She's thick.
But yes. Do y'all have any questions about the visual novel? Any questions for me or Kalala?
Well, there's
I'm also
more.
Oh, there's more. Oh, okay. Well, hold on.
I just didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So, choices. I wanted to make sure that as our journey as Marcus, you'll be making impactful choices, and these will give you extra time with your favorite characters. Or if you make bad choices and you kind of tick people off, you'll get locked out of their secrets. Nothing super unforgiving, because obviously we have to get to where the first book ends, but you will get extras. So if you're a big fan or you've never even read the books, you get these extra lore drops.
A lot of questions will be answered.
Mini games. We wanted a more impactful experience and it to be interactive because it's a visual novel. But we don't want to just copy the books. When you're writing for games, it's like different. And we already have the books, so why would you want that in visual novel form? So it's more fun to adapt it and make it lore accurate but rewarding with like gamification. And not everyone loves to read for like a long time. So what do I do? Coding is probably the easiest answer to say to that, but what does that really mean? I rewrite the book's contents to be gamified because in books you have to tell a lot, but in games you want to be shown, and I have to kind of adapt it to be show more than tell, because you'll get really bored if you're just constantly like, Marcus is sad. Like, I need to make sure we're showing that he's sad, or the environments are drawn instead of being like, this environment is green.
True.
And also what actions can be mini games, so what our characters do that could be not too hard mini games, but also not too easy, just to make it a little bit thrilling to play. And also create the sets. So where are the characters and how do they leave? And when do the characters show themselves? Because they might start talking, but we don't want to see them until like a little, like 10 more minutes or something like that. And I also do file management and renaming people's stuff, so the game isn't going to be huge. That's called compressing. And if you've ever played Call of Duty, they don't know how to compress. And then I also playtest before I hand it off to you guys to playtest because we will be needing playtesters sooner or later.
Right. So if any of you guys want to help playtest, let us know.
Yes. And I want like people that's gonna be honest, not kind.
Right.
I love kindness, but you need to be like, nah, this was wonky or this felt weird to play through. So
I need you to be your assholish selves.
well, don't be mean to me. I will cry. But be a good critique.
Right.
When should we expect the release? I thought early 2026, but now Powerless said the art might not be done until the end of the year, so we might have to readjust this time period.
No. I'm saying it should be done before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's pumping them out. Like, yeah.
Okay, should be Q1 2026.
Right.
As long as nothing dramatic happens and everyone gets the artwork that needs done. That isn't a lot of time left, to be honest.
It's not. But I feel like we have a goal.
Yeah.
So we have something to work towards. It's not just a blank calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then now is the Q&A. You can ask absolutely anything. Doesn't even have to be anything to do with the visual novel if you really want to ask it. Doesn't mean we'll answer, but
bring on your questions. Do your worst.
Yeah, compliment sandwiches is how you critique. That's how you're supposed to critique, anyways. What platform? So, original release is gonna be. It honestly depends on how much Powerless crowdfunds, because ideally it will be on like all the phone services, so Apple and Android stores, also Steam and itch.io, but it depends because Steam costs money to publish stuff on, and iPhone and Android cost money as well. So
I'll make it work.
yes, that's the ideal. And I would like to enter it in the visual novel festival next year, which is early in the year, but yeah.
I would love that. Okay. What was the writing process? My writing process is very weird. So I know even before I wrote my first book, I had it in my mind how my books were going to end story wise, who was going to do this, who was going to do that. So I wrote out I took a Word document, and then I wrote book 1, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, whatever, all the way. And I wrote to chapter 50. And then I started plugging in where I wanted certain things to happen. And then as I fine tuned it, I shrunk it and combined chapters, got rid of chapters, added things. And I did that with all 10 books. So I already have the final chapter of book 10 already written out. And right now it's every time I do it, it's just navigating what I want to happen. Like if I know I want a character to do this or these two characters to do that in a certain book, I basically write out where I want it to happen in the beginning, middle, or end of the book, and then I try to navigate the story towards that decision. And that's it. That's really it. It's convoluted, but it works for me. I've been able to pump out 5 books so far with this method, and yeah. A lot of other writers say it's weird and don't like it, but I don't like just sitting and writing from chapter 1 to 2 to 3 because then I get stuck. And I might have an idea for what I want for chapter 30 and I might be on chapter 7. Well, I just go to chapter 30, write that out, and then come back and then, just lead up to that. So yeah, that's my writing process.
Echo did. I can't ask that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Q.
The way I rewrite his stuff is on I use this service called Miro at first, and I read all of his stuff, and then I put sticky notes where the mini games could go, and I put my own notes of like character flaws and stuff, so I know what type of expression to show. And then now that I'm actually writing the code, I sit with the book while I'm writing the code, and I go through the book to make sure I'm like staying in order.
I always wanted to ask you how that, because I do check out the Mirio, and
Yeah,
sometimes I'll just sit and look at it like this is
yeah. Rewriting stuff for games isn't as hard for like. So it's way harder to obviously write your own scripts. So I have this like good outline because he's already written the book. So now I just gotta make sure I'm not like putting too much words on the screen.
right.
Because you guys might think you want to read that much, but you don't. I
You don't.
promise. I promise.
Even
You'll click off.
even for the audiobooks, I have the voice actors, like I tell them, if you have to paraphrase something just to make it shorter, to make it more like something you would say, do that. Just keep the context. I don't care. Just keep the context of the story and what the character is saying and trying to convey. That is it. Thank you. Yeah, it's I have been trying to get this done since I'm 36 tomorrow. I've been trying to get this done since I was 24.
I mean, you have a lot of books
So,
written.
hmm?
You have a lot of books written, believe it or not. Like, that's a lot for that time period.
Yeah, right. It wasn't until like a couple years ago I started releasing them. Like I started releasing them once a year on my birthday, and then COVID hit. I was literally on track, and then COVID hit, and I like slacked up because work picked up a little more. But I'm just getting back into it. Not getting back into it, but like trying to get back on that writing tip of once a year, get a book out, or once every 2 years, give myself that. Since I know we're also doing like the games and the audiobooks, I think every 2 years of a book is more doable for me now. I don't have to feel like I'm rushing to do it. Like I was able to do all 5 books before I was 30. And that was just amazing. That's what I wanted to achieve. So I don't
And
know,
if
sounds
you
fabulous.
guys are curious, if you guys are like big fans of the books, and you're wondering like when is book 2 gonna be adapted, ideally we want to do. I apologize. Hold on.
I appreciate that, Q. Yeah, I wanted to feel like you're reading a movie. Like that's why I even have like the character designs.
Sorry, I'm back.
Because I want no, you're good.
I think the
I
mailman
was
went by.
of course. I was answering Q's question. I wanted to read like a movie. Like I want it to be so enamoring that you just sit there and read it. Like you can't wait to see what happens next. Like you have like not so much cliffhangers, but it's like, okay, I want to see where this goes. That was a good ending. I want to see where this goes. Like only one of my books has a cliffhanger.
Oh
Technically
man,
a
got me
cliffhanger.
that yet.
Yeah.
I've been trying not to
So
read all of them because I don't want to accidentally remember something incorrectly and then spoil it in the visual novel.
oh, that's fair. That's very
So
fair.
I'm only book 1 deep.
Okay. Oof.
Oh, back
Oof.
to finish my statement is ideally we want to do one a year.
Yes.
One book release a year.
Like Poppy playtime numbers.
Yes, unless one of the books is like incredibly like they're all the same size basically, but it maybe
Mm-hmm.
one has smaller writing and I didn't know.
5.
Oh, then 5 might be two-parter.
Yeah, 5 would probably have to be that. 3 is set up where every 15 chapters takes place within a year.
Now, I know we're in a Q&A and y'all are supposed to ask us questions, but I have a question for y'all. How long is too long? That is very important information. And
For
this is
a
for a game. Like if you're sitting down and you're playing, how many hours is is when you're like, I'm done. I need to move on to other stuff. And this is a question that can be weeks long. You don't have to answer today. Just think about it and tell Powerless to tell me.
You know, I was playing so I've only ever played 2 visual novel games in my life. And they were both like weeks long, like playing them every day except for the weekend.
Yeah, but
what's it called?
with that, it's like one, it depends on which one you played. Like Danganronpa is like an outlier of visual novels. But some people like we want to reach people that might not be visual novel lovers and just like games. So we're trying to keep it like a balance of just not visual novel people. So
Right.
your opinions still matter even if you don't play visual novels. Like
right.
Maybe you're like, once I reach 24 hours, I'm like, I need a break for a year. And I don't want that to happen. So,
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying then. You don't want it to be like fatigue.
yes. When do you get sick of it? When you have to step away, type of thing.
Ooh. For me, let me see. That has happened to me before. Let me see. What game?
I think I clock out around 15 hours low key, depending on the game. Maybe a little bit more. I'm trying to think of when I usually quit Zelda's and have to come back next year.
See, yeah, for games like that, I know I've done it, but for games like that, it's kind of hard for me. Like if I'm doing something new or there's a story and we're progressing the story, I'm fine. But if it's like open world and it's just the same missions over and over and over and over again, then yeah, I get like tired. I get sick of it. Like Borderlands 2, I can play straight through. Like no 2 missions are the same. And if they are, they're like nowhere near each other to the point where I realized it.
Because
Borderlands 3
something that
is
hasn't
like the
been
exact same.
decided for us is if we're going to split more than just one book into half. Because, like, think about Walking Dead Telltale. That's technically like it's a point and click, but point and clicks are siblings of visual novels. And
right.
The first chapter, or the first episode of that is like perfect length. It gets you right before you get sick of it. But it's split up into multiple episodes, so.
I mean, I'm open to that as well. Because there are, as you read, you'll see that there's parts where like, all right, if we stop right here, this would be a good ending. This would be a good chunk from here to here, and then here to here, and then here to here. So that also is an option.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
but we also don't want to give you a 15-minute thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like Poppy Playtime, the first Poppy Playtime is only an hour long. And then after that, it's 2 hours. And then the last 2 were 4 hours each.
Now, I'm a hater of Poppy Playtime.
Really?
Yes.
Why? If you don't mind me asking.
I think it's. This is going off on a whole other thing, but it's making games for merchandising versus making games to make a game.
As someone that hates Marvel, like I get it. So don't feel bad at all. I can see that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love game design, and Poppy Playtime, at least at the beginning, has terrible game design, and you can tell they were like, how can we get money from the kids and make stuffed animals and stuff? And they succeeded. And that's why chapter 3 or episode 3 or whatever sucks. Like, it's the most hated out of the fan base.
Yeah. Yeah, the one with Catnap, I hate that one.
And I think
Two
they readjusted.
2 was my favorite.
I think they readjusted and made the last one's good, but like chapter 3 was when I knew why they made the game. If that makes sense.
No, it does. You're not wrong.
Not to be a hater.
No, absolutely not. I don't take it like that at all.
I'm a big FNAF lover, so and like there's other games that like that I love, but you can tell the person who made it have a love for game dev. And again, like I said at the beginning, I studied a lot of game theory, so I'm dangerous when it comes to playing games. Because if y'all don't know what game theory is, it's like philosophy of games, basically.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix.
Oh, I'm reading that now. The mic
audio on. Yeah, it should be good.
Sorry, y'all, if I'm yelling at you.
It's me.
What's going on with Nightbot there, bud?
Oh, those are my alerts. Oh. So if people want to play, if you put an exclamation point in front of one of those words, it'll play a funny sound or video.
Oh, okay. This is random words I saw. I was like, what is that?
Okay, so my audio is up. I think I'm just so fatigued that I was talking so low. But
I knew you were gonna be tired by now. If y'all in my chat, Powerless has been going on for about 24 hours.
I am at 21 hours and 30 minutes exactly. Yeah.
I could never do one. That's for sure.
I believe you could. I believe you could if you tried.
Yeah, if I sleep, I guess, but
Nope. Sir, regardless of the volume level. Thank you, Miles. Okay, yeah, but I think that's what it was. I was getting so like just fatigued because like even on the last game, this happened the last year when I did a 24-hour stream. Like the last couple of hours, I was like falling in and out.
EP Powerless.
Yes. I haven't played
Powerless to the sleep.
Oh, I am going to destroy my mattress when I go to sleep today. Okay? I stopped streaming at 6 o'clock. At 6:05, it's going down. I'm going to utterly destroy my sleep wedge.
You're gonna destroy the mattress like in Date Everything. Talk about a great visual novel, by the way.
You want to know something funny? Can you see my stream?
No. Yes, I can.
Guess what I just put on?
Okay.
After we were done, I was going to play it for a bit until 5 and then do Jackbox with the chat.
Gotcha.
Because I am ending.
You had us going until 6 together, and I was like, "There's no way this conversation was gonna last 2 hours." Or you had us until 5.
I was going until 4.
Oh, the thing you sent me was until 5.
I had to rechange it. I had to remove that and Resident Evil 6.
See, that makes more sense. But the one you sent me, I was just like, I do not know how I'm gonna stretch this out.
No, I was just putting stuff in place because I had a friend of mine ready to go for Resident Evil 6, but I had double booked a time. So I had to move it, some stuff around. What's good, Sleepy G? And what's good, Jackie? I believe in you. I believe in me. Thank you for believing in me. But I had to move some stuff around, so it didn't work out the way I had planned. But I feel like this works better.
Well, is anyone interested in game dev that's in the chat, or like being artists? Because like I said, I was an illustrator for 10 years. I can give a little bit of tips for anyone that might want to be entering the industry. And also my illustration has been like indie, and like I know how the internet works when it comes to art.
Absolutely, because I also have to do this. For those of you that are not following, throw Kalala some love. She's an amazing person, amazing streamer, and I don't know how far I would have gotten without her.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet.
It's very true. It's very true. When something is in purgatory for years until you meet one person and then it moves forward, it's because of that person. So I thank her so much. I am very grateful to you.
It was really like meant to be to meet each other, because I was like wanting to make something like visual novel wise, but I was like, I don't think I have the time to write stuff. And then I met you that day.
Right. And I was like, I have 5 books. I have 5 books and 5 more in progress.
That night when you said that, you're just like, hit me up. I was like, oh my God.
I was so excited because I was like, this, because you don't understand, like, good things have just been happening, like falling into place, and it was the perfect timing of everything.
And
like a landslide of
because I was like, I can't do it until I'm done, and you're just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I will wait until the end of time.
I've been waiting for 9 years. You tell me I just gotta wait one more. I don't care. Fine,
let's do it. On your stream, by the way, I don't know why. But that's okay. They can hear me.
But yeah, I was. Oh, Q said I actually went to school for game development, dropped out due to burnout though.
What burned you out, if I could ask? It's okay if you don't want to answer. Did the art school part burn you out, or did like the game development burn you out? And what were you like? What did you focus on? Like, did you want to be a coder or like an artist?
I'd love to hear this, Q.
If you don't want to answer, that's okay too. Art school art school is one of the hardest schools, and I know people will laugh at that and be like, it's just art. But you have to learn a lot of different things, like that you don't have to learn in other things. Like you have to learn a lot of different disciplines. Like you have to learn philosophy, psychology, you have to learn history, and that's not even counting all the drawing and the art that you're making.
That's the thing about art school. People don't realize art is the one thing where you get a grade based on the person teaching you liking it or not.
Yeah, unless you get lucky and you get someone that actually understands art, like art history and stuff.
Yeah, but like if you're taking a math class and they ask what 2 + 2 is, it's 4. Like that's it. It's a right and wrong answer. Art, if they say do this, give you a project based on that or whatever, you can do it to a T. And if the person doesn't like it or get it, it's an F.
Yeah. That also makes the art professor though, for sure, because if they're high quality, they'll know. They understand.
Right.
But I had some that was like picky, but you'll learn. I appreciated art a lot more coming from art school because of the art history side of things. So I recommend. It's very expensive, but if you want to be an artist, I recommend going later in your life. Do not go at 18. Do not go at 18. But I say that on all colleges. Don't go to college at 18. You need time.
Mm.
But that's
Never
just
thought
my
about that.
thing. Because you have
No,
no
it's
clue who you are at that
you
point.
don't. You really don't.
There was a lot of other things going on in my life at the time. Coder for sure, though. What'd you learn to code? You could just make, like, if you're still interested in it, you could just make small games, post them on itch.io. You would be surprised who looks at those small games and who hires. But that's a whole other stream we could have. The industry
Right.
of video games.
Yeah.
The biggest
Oof.
thing you can do is just make it. Just make the things, even if it sucks. Sooner or later, it will hit somebody out there and they'll be like, hey, do something for me.
I am a testament to that. Like I don't know if a lot of y'all know the story. Like when I started writing, so I wrote my first book out and stuff like that, and I wasn't gonna publish it. I was just gonna write my books out just for myself and have it on my shelf, my mantle. And then my cousin, using their intrusive thoughts, like snuck into my room, saw it, stole it, read it, and then made me publish it. So I tried to get a publisher and stuff like that. I got a publisher, and the publisher was playing around. Like they took 6 months to get to chapter 2 of editing my book. And I was like, no, I can do bad by myself. So
Yeah.
I did the best I could, fix some stuff, and just released it. Because I told myself, like, if I tried to make it perfect, I'd never put it out.
That's facts. Because believe it or
Yeah.
not, even art that is perfect isn't perfect.
Right. And I remember our first conversation about that. You told me so many people who just write and still have like grammar errors and are still doing their damn thing.
Yes.
And that gave me an extra push because I was like, oh, so now I'm like fixing stuff. But back then, I'm so happy I just wrote it out and just got it out, because a lot of people don't even notice and they just read it for the story. They just love the story. Like, of course, I might have a grammar error here and there, but it doesn't like take away from the story. And that was my main thing, just getting the story out.
See, that's facts. And the biggest thing I have, especially with writing, is yes, there is a proper way of doing it, but you can tell when somebody is just and I don't, if you're this type of person, I'm not trying to insult you, but you can tell who's actually readers and who's just quirky, quote unquote, being like, you didn't use an apostrophe, you didn't use the right there. And it's like, okay, because if you read the classics, like the great American novels, um, even though Kurt Vonnegut, I don't think is an American, but his books are very popular here. I don't know if he's American, so I apologize for that information. But Kurt Vonnegut in Slaughterhouse-Five, classic novel, he doesn't use periods. The whole book, it's all one carry-on sentence, and you don't even notice because of the way he breaks up the lines. You assume there's periods in certain areas. In Animal Farm, he doesn't do perfect grammar because it's supposed to be a retelling of like, well, I could go on and on about Animal Farm, but it's like a retelling of how the education people had at the time, which is very mirrored to now if you're in America. But read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's not a shot. That is a very important historic book. But not just Kurt Vonnegut, it's also I'll name one more author that is like put up on a super high pedestal. John Steinbeck wrote Grapes of Wrath and East of Eden. Literally books that are, they're epic novels that are put on the American shelf of like, this is the closest we have to the great American novel. And his grammar is horrendous. John Steinbeck's is. So, yeah.
See, that makes me feel good.
Just make it.
Yeah, just make it. Do the thing. That's it. Do the thing.
You could have a classic. You don't know. Even art, like outside of writing, let's say you suck at art, but you have a story to tell and you want to make a manga. Look at Attack on Titan. That man did not know how to draw whatsoever. If you look at the beginning ones, that's why the Titans look so funky. Because he didn't know how to draw and he was just like, I'm just going to make it anyways. And look at what happened. It's one of the best commentary animes out there. Thank you, whoever followed.
I never thought about that.
Thank you guys for following. If you want to be named in the chat,
I am so
sure
overjoyed to be on this journey.
That reached my follower goal, so I appreciate it.
And I'm overjoyed to have the team that I have with me, because my main thing is being surrounded by people who share the same type of passion that I do for the arts and this type of thing. Like,
I'm so passionate about the arts, man. It's why I live.
Like,
honestly.
yeah, like my girlfriend's gonna hate me for this saying this. I've given away more books than I've sold.
Oh, it's so hard not to do that when it's your art. I did that when I started selling at art cons. I gave stickers away all the time, especially the kids. Bro.
Yeah. But the thing is, I would much rather someone get my book for free and read it and love it, as opposed to someone buying it and it sit on a shelf and never get read. Like, the money isn't the main thing I'm here.
It's
like
great.
I love hearing the feedback from the stories. Like, I love hearing how you hate certain characters, how you love certain characters. Like, the money is fine, but like, I promise you, I'm gonna have a lot better conversation with you if I give you a book for free, you read it, and we just sit and talk about it. Like, I remember this one guy, and I'll never forget it. This mechanic, my car was getting worked on by this mechanic, and I had to leave it there for a week. Like, I had a bunch of books in the back. He took one while fixing it, read it, and when I came to pick my car up, we sat for like 2-3 hours, and he was just talking to me about the books. He read two, the first and the second book. He blew through them in one week and wanted to ask me questions, sat down, talked to me, bought me lunch and everything. It was amazing. That was one of my top best moments.
Yeah, you never know, like, what will happen. And sadly, we live in a capitalistic society, but like, we all have stories that need told in some type of way.
Absolutely.
I'm huge into art, so.
Of course, Q. So how much longer do you have on stream?
I usually go until 4, but for you today. But yeah, whenever you're done talking to me, I guess I'll get off.
Okay, no. I mean, I'm gonna.
We can keep talking about art, man.
Listen, I can talk about art all day. I can talk about my books even more. The thing is, it's funny. I could talk about my books all day, but if someone asked me what books are about, I would rather eat a rat's asshole than explain what my books are about. It is so difficult to do that.
But I can talk navigating a world where people are separated by traits and other stuff.
I like that, and other stuff. Yeah, because like, I never know how to like explain it to people. Like, it's the worst feeling when someone asks me, "So what's your book about?" My stomach tightens and I die inside because I don't know how to put all of it into a sentence.
I'm the opposite. I have to make sure to shut up because one of the biggest things that's hard to learn about illustration is you need to let it live. And once it comes out of your hands, let people take what they want to take. And you can't be there being like, actually, this part meant this thing and this part meant this thing. So your interpretation is incorrect because that's not how it is. That's not how art is. Because even if you intend it or not, it comes out and it is its own thing. It's like, this is going to sound so dumb to non artists, but it's like you're giving birth to babies and you raise it to 18 and you only have so much say of it, you know? Like you shape it the way that you think it's going to be shaped, but once it's 18, it's its own being. And that's when you put it out in the world, or you stop working on it specifically. You stop putting your pencil to it. It is the story it's going to tell, even if you're telling a story with it.
I love that because I treat my books like my baby anyway.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's so hard for me sometimes because I want to just be like, do you see that the thing I did there? Because this, because I'm so passionate about it.
I do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Like they say, art is subjective. That's yeah.
Nope,
Everything,
not mine. I tell people exactly what it is.
Everything is art, and everything is taken by the person specifically. But always hear other people's voices because you'll learn more. Like one of my best mentors, he told us that he wrote this comic book about a goblin that was adopted by elves or something like that. And he just wrote it to talk about his own subject of like how he was raised and stuff. And somebody else read it and took it as like being adopted by a different race, like in real life, like a white kid. Well, let's say black kid adopted by a white kid, and that's what they took from it, and they related to it because of that.
See, that kind of stuff I can get. I guess I fear that someone's gonna read my books and think it's deeper than it really is.
Because if they do, it is deeper than it is. Powerless. You're making an art form. You gotta let it tell what it's gonna tell. Everything is deeper than you think it is. Again, I could talk about art forever, especially since I'm in the game theory and philosopher side of things. Everything is deeper than you anticipated being. Even a child drawing with crayons is a political act and a statement to philosophy.
You want to know what's funny?
Huh.
Every time I see a baby doing something, I think of Baby Geniuses.
Was that I think it's like cartoon?
No, it's like a movie where like babies are like super intelligent until they cross over.
Oh yeah.
And like I always think like babies are doing something with way more meaning than we think. We just don't understand them.
Well, like they do, honestly. Like I said, even a bit like a child drawing when in their mind they're just having fun. The fact that they're in a position to have the crayons to do it and they are drawing like their dad going to work, like that's their story. So like they're telling a piece of history. So it is deep, even if it's not deep, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like I could look at that if that child moves away from that house. I could look at that and go, he had two dads, or he had a teddy bear. And like I'm learning a history about a person because of this. Or their thumbprint. Or the first art piece ever found, this is some art history for you, is a bunch of hands on the wall. They used paint to put their hands on a cave wall. And we know from that civilization was mainly right-handed people because it was, I think, left hands on the wall or something like that. I'd have to look at my info there, but like you learn a lot, and you learn the genders from it and stuff, and it's just hand. It's just a hand, and you learn all that.
That is Q. That is. I so when I get really sleepy, it's like I'm high and I absorb everything being told to me and I imagine it
You want to know another
without.
thing, or history-wise?
Go for it.
Warning, it's gonna get a little political, but all art is political. Crafts was art. Like, there was no crafting until there was a female artist who wanted to get into the gallery in Paris, which was the way to be an artist. She was so good that she was gonna get accepted, but then the men were like, I don't want you here. So they made a whole new definition of crafting. So women art was categorized as crafting and wasn't allowed into this prestigious museum or gallery. And crafting is sexist. The, the word is derived from being like having sexist stuff, because these artists was like making blankets and quilts and sewing and doing all this stuff, and even the painting was categorized as crafting to make sure to gatekeep women from being in a male dominated thing, which, yeah.
Cancel arts and crafts stream. Rename arts. Oh my god, that's not hilarious, but
yes,
like
that's where the term arts and crafts come from, because it's just arts.
The reasoning people go through that much trouble to do that is hilarious to me. Cause like, what, you're that hurt and offended by it, you have to separate it.
Yeah. Well, another art history is surprisingly this a little bit before that. There is to those that know art paintings, there's the Birth of Venus was created a long time ago, and it's very soft and stuff, and it's made by a man to talk about like women form and stuff, whatever. Later, somebody redrew that and made a new Birth of Venus where the OG one is this lady who's coming from a shell. She's like uh, surrounded by angels, like little baby angels, and I think it's one of the angels, Gabrielle or something like that. One of them. And then somebody redrew the Birth of Venus where she is on a couch being served by another woman, and the painting isn't soft, it's like drawn in an outline. The skin is soft, but it's like outlined hard, and it was this male's point of trying to make the Venus a like the main object or the main subject of the painting versus the object of the painting, because the OG Birth of Venus is the object. And then people got so mad, and this is a male painting this. People got so offended by her being the subject versus the object that they tried to like tear down the painting. Like, it was a whole thing. They had to like guard it and stuff. And everything is derived, everything weird is derived by racism and sexism. But that's just my point.
No, that's.
If you learn
Wow.
the history, you learn that.
Okay.
Fun fact. Fun fact. I love the Birth of Venus story because it's so like interesting. And a lot of writers that you know as males are actually females. They just had to make male names.
You know what? I know of a lot of male artists that had to use female names to get seen to do stuff, which is crazy that it came like full circle for that.
I've never heard
Like,
that,
yeah.
but I do believe you.
Who's one? Jamie Foxx is one. Because he wouldn't get called because he had a male name. So he changed his name to Jamie Foxx so he could get more stage time at comedy clubs because they would only call a few guys, avoid him, and call up more women.
Ah, I'm sure there was
That's
some
one.
racism in that too.
That's one. No, it was literally just like he would go kill and people would get jealous and stop calling him because it would be like an open mic thing. So they would just see the name and call a random person up. So instead of calling up Eric Bishop, they would call up Jamie Foxx. But it would be Eric Bishop.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me go swoon this cat clock and date everything.
Okay.
Because it's giving me the doomy eyes.
Well, let's ask one more time if anyone has any questions, and then
Yes.
we'll say our goodbyes.
Does anyone have any other questions for me, Kalala, about the book, the game design, or the visual novel game? I am satiated. Thank you.
Is that how you say that? Satiated?
Satiated, yeah.
Satiated?
Satiated.
Satiated.
You want to know how I learned to say that word?
Yes.
God of War.
Oh.
Not until my blade has been satiated. Because I never knew how to say it until I heard Kratos say it, yelling it at Zeus.
I sounded it out and I thought it was satiated.
That's how I used to say it. That's how I used to say it.
You know?
You're exactly. Yeah. That's like the difference between like Philippines and Filipino. It's that. Like I thought it was satiated or satiated. No, why do I used to satiated? That's what I used to say. And I said it only in my head, not realizing how stupid I sounded.
That's interesting.
But yeah, thank you, Kratos.
From video games. Yeah. That's why it's crazy when people say video games aren't art. I'm a big advocate. But I'm a big advocate for a lot of different arts. Like, I think phone games are video games because people kind of gatekeep that. VTubing is art. People don't think it's art. Content creation, comedy, stuff like that.
All that is art, yeah.
Yeah, stuff people don't think that it is.
It is. People just don't know how to. People are weird.
And before we say goodbye, I will say this one thing. If you are worried about being replaced as an artist of any kind, no, you won't be. History is always on our side, and we are always needed, no matter if we're valued. We've never been valued.
Fuck
but
AI.
We're needed. But yeah, thank you for having me on, Powerless. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. No, thank you for putting the presentation together and everything and being able to do it. Like, I seriously appreciate you.
Yes, this was my pitch to your community. Please help fund us, because I am very...
Absolutely. And we definitely have to play a game together.
Yes.
We will find something.
Have you played Peak yet?
Somebody else just brought that up to me not too long ago.
Bro,
today.
Peak is so good.
I'll check it out. I have it written down to check out after stream.
It's so good.
I'll put a star next to it because you said it.
Yeah, Peak is fun. Repo is fun. Those are my two favorite multiplayers. Schedule. Okay. What is it? Schedule 1? That one's really fun. But I feel like I kind of shut down in that game. I'm not gonna lie. I get really into it, so I stop talking.
Listen, I do that with certain games too.
My autism comes out.
Listen, I get so into Outlast sometimes. I feel like I'm there.
And by the way, y'all, I know Powerless's chat doesn't know this. I am autistic, so I'm allowed to say that.
That's absolutely fine too.
I wanted to give that disclosure.
There's so much tism in my chat.
Yeah, Peak is so funny. Like, such good content, literally. But I will let you go. It is 4. I'll let you go date the things.
Oh, I am going to date these things so hard.
Oh. I'm sure some booties will be thrown around in a second.
Oh, you will definitely see them.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, we're still here in my chat. Hello. Let me get off this screen, though. Let's go back to the desk while I try to get out of this presentation. How do I exit? There you go. I hope you guys had fun doing that. I hope you guys learned things. Beals, by the way, is also hi Adam. Sorry I didn't say hi. Beals is also a game dev. So if you're ever curious about other things, Beals is a good 3D game dev. I'm a 2D person, so if you ever have any questions, either of us can answer them. Yeah. We will be ending though. It is our time up. I will give the reminders because I'm really bad at it. If you like this stream and you like my personality and you want to hang out with me, follow or join the Discord. I also have YouTubes where you can watch. Let's see if that works. I also have YouTubes that you can watch the VODs that I edit for y'all, so it's a little bit easier to handle. And you can get to that with the card link I just put in the chat. Which, by the way, I'm really proud of that card. We will be raiding into Powerless. Shocker, I know. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. I will see you tomorrow. I promise I won't be late this time. We'll start at 11. But we're going to go over to Mr. Powerless. I'm trying to get Powerless up on Twitch, so I'm there as well.